Welcome to the carousel. I am John. With me, I have Jake.
Everything is going away. Everything. Vive's dying. Google Fiber's being suspended. It's all Comcast from here on out. We're fucked.
Did you say Vive is dying?
Vine.
Did I say Vine? I meant Vine.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought.
Okay.
We also have Randy.
Yeah, can I talk now?
Yeah.
I was being told not to talk while I was muted.
Oh.
Yeah, and I think we're already giving you something to edit out here, John, but I think you might want to turn your headphones down, because I can totally hear me coming through your headphones.
Really?
Like, you're super deaf from being a musician, and I get that.
Oh, gosh. It's a little bit true, but yeah. It is definitely spend enough time on stage with the freaking giant speakers in your ear.
I thought you did that thing with the ping pong balls. No? That wasn't your act?
No.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah, see? That's a homer. That's a way homer.
No, I'm going to quote you, Jake. They can't all be winners.
That's not even the quote. All right. Let's get this shit started.
show on the road.
So, welcome to the carousel. This is where we talk movies, games, not sports, not politics. But I'm sure we will accidentally bring those things up. And just blab about it. So we're going to start out like we do every show with what's coming out over the next couple weeks. 10/28 tomorrow, Titanfall 2 releases for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC. This does include a single-player campaign where you get to have a buddy robot. Nice. Randy, are you picking this one up tomorrow?
Maybe not tomorrow. And I'm also not sure on what platform. What platform are you going to get it on, John?
I can't afford it right now. Like,
what?
It'll be mid to late November if I do get it.
I'm going to make the argument that PC might be the way to go, because of course I am, because that's who I am. But I have a valid reason this time.
I'm cool.
Johnny number 5 mod. To take the robot from Short Circuit and put all his shit into the Titan? Like, somebody's got to do that, right? That's going to happen, right?
I mean, any mods for the PC would be good, but generally mods in multiplayer games are frowned upon.
Also, it's EA, right? Do they let you mod shit?
I can mod Dragon Age, but that is not that's not a big multiplayer game. I can't imagine they would allow mods in the multiplayer section, but...
Oh, yeah, but the personality bot, I would imagine, goes away for the multiplayer, right?
That's a good point. Well, except but the Titans still talk a little bit in the multiplayer. At least they did in the first one.
I've never touched it. I don't know. I'll take your word for it.
If you're going to play something where you shoot people real fast, it's a good one to pick. That's
okay. I have 78 gigs of Doom sitting on my computer that I could probably use. That shit, I was telling Randy before we started, that shit is now a bigger install than World of Warcraft.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, unless it replaced some of the files, if it was a total additive patch.
Like even bigger than the current WoW install?
Yep. It's always current. It's an MMO. So, like...
Well, I mean, like, the current iteration. Like, in 04, obviously, it was a smaller install than it is now.
It is right now, in my programs, add-on install, that Doom is higher than World of Warcraft now. It's insanity. Anyway.
What is all that?
Well, continuing forward, Skyrim also comes out tomorrow, the special version. If you already have it and all its expansions on PC, then you get the new special edition for free. The special edition allegedly will do native 4K.
Okay. So it's just like upgraded graphics and shit?
Yeah, it looks like they probably added some more environmental, like added more grass and plants and things.
And you can just watch your computer slowly melt through your desk, and then through the table, and then through the floor, and then into the basement.
Yeah, 4 solid gigs of grass textures.
Well, and it's funny because I was looking at the requirements, and all of my computer except for my graphics card. Like, my graphics card is the minimum recommended, and everything else in my computer is, like, above the maximum.
That video card.
Which is, yeah, I'd need a whole new computer. There's a video card just won't do it. So
But instead of liquid cooling, you would need liquid nitrogen cooling.
yeah.
Like, ugh, man.
So there's no date with this one because someone slacked off. But Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, I think, comes out Election Day, isn't it?
It's in between 10/28 and 11/11. Sorry.
I'm pretty sure it comes out that Tuesday. Like, so, I mean,
I don't know. I'm kind of over the CODs.
that single player campaign has a spaceship where you pirate another spaceship by floating through space and shooting shit. So I'm immediately interested in the single player.
Is that enough? Is that enough to justify $60?
I don't know. A lot of people don't seem to be liking it, but they're all the multiplayer.
One story mission.
When it's $60 if you buy the regular version. The more expensive version is what, like $130 now?
And you get like, yeah.
I think it
whatever.
comes with actual guns.
I mean,
You get
so
dog tags and
expensive.
an AR.
Yeah.
What's the problem? We plugged the barrel. It's fine.
Put an orange
Yeah,
tip
we
on
got
it.
Yep.
And then
Eventually, you were going to get airsofts with these games. Mark my words.
Sure.
and then November 11th, Dishonored 2 comes out for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
Have you guys seen those live-action commercials?
I've been meaning to watch them. Like, I like all the weird trailer and story. Like, I like Dishonored when I see other people play it, and then I play it and I don't like it. So, I've been meaning
I feel
to.
like
Never
I
touched
feel like that's gonna be. I mean, you already own the first Dishonored. I know you do, John. Do you, Randy?
No.
John, go back and play the first one. Maybe just go back to it and give it another shot. Well, I think we've said this before. I don't like the gameplay, but I like that it lets you fuck up and keep moving. But that world is so cool, and that's why I like that commercial. That's why I'm looking forward to seeing other people play this game, and why I want to get it so I can be immersed in it. But yeah, it's not a day one for me as excited as I am because I don't know, it looks too stealthy. I don't know.
No, see, I like stealth games. Maybe I would have liked it.
It's supposed to be one of the best stealth games. I mean, you can fucking teleport and do all sorts of crazy shit.
Oh yeah, the magic is super cool, and the weapons are fun, and it's steampunk, and you burn whales for shit. Like, it's cool. I really like it. It's just I'm gonna have to wait for that because my gaming budget has just been burnt to the ground in these last couple of weeks, and then. Ugh.
Like if I play it, I'll play it during Christmas break. Like is where it would have to fit in. So we shall see. So then moving on to movies, Doctor Strange comes out a week from today. Although technically the 4th. Movie release dates are retarded. Have we ever talked about that? Like you can buy tickets for Doctor Strange on Thursday night, the 3rd, and that's your sneak preview that you can pay money for and buy in advance. You know, it's like. It's not very sneaky, but the official release date is the 4th. So, I mean,
yeah, I don't. I take whatever Metacritic, excuse me, take whatever Metacritic throws in there, because it used to be they release stuff on Fridays, and then they wanted to start including midnight shows so they can bump their gross.
Oh, for tickets for opening weekend, yeah.
Right. So then they move it back to Thursday, and they're counting that, and it's just like fuck it, I don't care. Nobody's going to see it. Maybe. John, you'll go see it on Thursday. Like movies come out on Fridays to me. That's how I think of them. So fuck.
Yeah, I already have my tickets for Thursday.
I'm not super familiar with Doctor Strange as like the source material, but
he's a guy.
Those trailers look awesome.
I mean,
he's a guy who goes out to bars trolling for strange women to bed them, and he's really good at it. Like he's been doing it for a while, so that's why they call him Doctor Strange.
You might say he has a PhD in oddness.
He's always chasing strange. Yeah,
that's right. Okay.
Didn't even acknowledge it.
Benedict Plundersnatch.
Woo!
Okay. And then on TV, what is this you wrote here, Jake? Election night on Showtime. Stephen Colbert's live election night democracy series finale. Who's going to clean up this
shit? That is the longest title ever.
Good title.
It is. So,
I like. Sorry. You have shit written, and you have the asterisk, but you have SHI*T, and I just think that's funny.
Yeah, I copy pasted it. Oh, maybe it's shift. Could it be shift?
I don't know. I just thought that was
Shastrist.
That's inside baseball. Sorry, we don't. Continue, John.
Way to break the fourth wall, asshole.
I know.
No, Randy.
I ruined the illusion.
You continue and tell me what the fuck's free for PSN for November.
Well, we didn't. Are we not going to talk about Stephen Colbert's thing?
Oh,
it's just a thing. He's probably just wanting to be able to swear, so it's on Showtime instead of CBS or whatever. So
you did write the word Netflix here. What does that mean?
Check it out, guys.
It's I gotta. I was rushing stuff, and that's Netflix is the next
this new service called Netflix. It's
okay, so guys, there's this thing. They send TV right to your house. Like, you don't even have to get discs or nothing. Like, they make shows and stuff. They're crazy. No, those are we don't have a way to bold in there. So that's the category.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
This is real fucking great pod.
You're going to be editing the shit out of this.
I'm not going to edit most of this.
You know better than that.
We are bringing information. We're bringing necessary information to the masses and educating them and expanding their minds.
Yeah.
So I guess the takeaway is that there's nothing notable for Netflix in the next 2 weeks. So there you go.
Yeah.
PS Plus.
Yep. I have been tasked with going over the free release games that are coming up. So the first one is Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. That's on PS4. Not sure what kind of game that is. I was just tasked with reading them. So,
keep your Amish bullshit to yourself.
Huh?
I say keep your Amish bullshit to yourself.
Amish bullshit.
It's a religious game, right?
I think it's a sci-fi. It looks like sort of a sci-fi walking simulator.
Yeah.
I might pick it up. It's not really my thing. At least from the trailer, it doesn't look like it is. But it looks like they're at least approaching. Like, I'll bet the story is pretty cool because they're kind of telling it in sort of a Firewatch way, from what it seems from the trailer. I thought that was pretty effective. From
the reviews and stuff about it, it really got kind of around a C in terms of like critical reception. Like, people kind of liked it, but kind of didn't, and I guess it's kind of slow moving, and but the world's very pretty.
Yeah, it looked cool.
All right, the next one is the Deadly Tower of Monsters, which I have not played, but I did watch Penny Arcade do a first 15 on it, and it looks very, very boring to me. I apologize if there are any fans of Deadly Tower of Monsters out there. The art's pretty cool, I guess.
I like
the
concept.
Got that going for it. It's campy.
The campy. But it looks like they had fun with it. It doesn't look like the game. Like the writing doesn't.
Yeah, it looked like crap.
Download it. You've already paid for it. Download it.
That's true. I could enjoy that. Then we got Dirt 3, which is
even dirtier
re-release, I guess. Costume Quest 2, because the first one was so good.
The first one was awesome. What the hell?
I have no
what
idea
kind of condescending opinion is that bullshit?
Is this like apps that you download on your phone where you have to dress a cat?
No. Costume Quest is it's by Double Fine. The second one's supposed to be kind of mediocre, but Double Fine did whatever. They do funny games.
It didn't have the whimsy of the first one. They sold out for Costume Quest 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we got Last Quest Remastered. That's a PS Vita game cross-buy with PS4. Not sure what that means. I'm a terrible nerd.
It means it's. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong here, John, but my understanding is it means you can play on either one.
Correct.
Because if it's cross-buy, like you're not actually paying for it here. But if you were giving them money, it would be cross-buy.
So, quick point of clarification. Dimebag writes, how is Costume Quest on iOS? I don't think it is. Randy's just making up bullshit, so...
No, there's tons of crafty little apps that you can get on...
Oh my gosh.
And you just get this little doll and you dress it up and stuff.
Costume Quest was a refreshing breath of sarcastic air when it came out. Okay. Like, it was a wonderful little parody on, like, turn-based RPGs.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was probably more relevant before South Park's Stick of Truth, though, to be honest with you.
All right, and then the last one is Pumped BMX Plus. That's also on the PS Vita, cross-buy with 4 and 3.
Yeah, I am not pumped.
Not
Not
pumped.
I'm maybe penis pumped.
Oh.
No, not
Okay.
any kind of pumped. Nope.
So Dimebag says, no, seriously, it's on iOS. Holy shit! I bet that's pretty good on iOS, assuming they did the port an okay job.
Well, maybe I'll check it out.
I could see it working for that kind of. No, I could see that working with a touch interface.
Yeah,
It's not awful.
I don't think it would have any issue with that. It'd just be a matter of if they put any effort into the port to make it okay. Like, there are a lot of games that should just work on these iOS ports that sure as fuck don't. So, anyway, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm skeptical of them generally. But that's it. Pumped Up BMX Plus was the big finale there on that list. So I don't think any of us know anything about it.
I'm kind of. I don't know that I necessarily need to renew my PS Plus next time it comes up. Between it being an extra 10, I can't remember the last game I downloaded for it where I was like, oh, sweet, this is great. And really, I was joking for a while that my boner didn't get turned on for a year. And then, for some reason, it was playing fucking Neverwinter. I've just, the Xbox One has been the one that the channel's been turned to, so that's what I've been using, and kind of their games are better. Like that Super Mega Baseball that you have until the 31st to download.
So are you telling us here on the cast right now that you play the X-Bone because you don't want to change the input on your TV?
Well, it's just,
That's what it sounds like.
They're generally, if I'm playing a game, it's usually on the PC. Mm-hmm. So the PS4 or the Xbox, they're both hooked up, but they're YouTube/Netflix machines most of the time.
$400 YouTube box.
Kinda. But the Xbox has been the one that I've left the input on because Super Mega Baseball is actually really fun. Like, you guys should download that before it costs money because I'm really having fun with it.
No X-Bone.
Oh, right.
I mean, I try and get all of them, but the Xbox One always fucks with me since, like, half of their releases you have to fucking wait till the middle of the month to get.
Well, I checked before we came on, and Super Mega Baseball was good all month this month. So, yeah, it's definitely worth picking up. It's goofy, and it looks like it's Wii Sports, but it actually controls pretty well and has this cool upgrade system that sort of reminds me, without that to the nth degree, Baseball Simulator 1000 back in the day, where you can give kind of power-ups to your guys. I mean, you're not going to get a missile ball that just drives the second baseman back into the wall, but it's fun. Check it out. Anyway, we got stuff coming out that'll be free in November if you have gold. So not free, but if you're already paying for it. Super Dungeon Bros, which is all in November for Xbox One. I looked at it and kind of shrugged. Do either of you guys care about this?
Yeah. Didn't look at it.
Okay. And then Murdered Soul Suspect, which is not for November. This is they don't know what they're doing with these dates. It's from November 16th to December 15th, so at least it's still 30 days.
So I really like Murdered Soul Suspect. I played it a bunch whenever they gave it to us free on PS4 like a few months back. It is a kind of, I mean, the title kind of says what the game is. You've been murdered. You have to go solve your crime, and you're a ghost. And you kind of do that by haunting around and finding clues and whatnot. And you eventually meet someone who can see you, so you have someone in the real world to help you out. It's not a perfect game. It's not a fantastic game, but it's still a lot of fun and got some good personality and style to it. So I think it's worth your time.
Yeah, I was. Out of all this stuff, that's probably the one I'm the most interested in. Although I do feel like this is one of the weaker months, which, having said that, now I will be screamed at by the entire internet because Monkey Island Special Edition is the 1st through 15th on the 360. I never liked adventure games. I'm sure the humor in those is still pretty good, but the click around, try and match this inventory item with this one that don't make sense together, like...
Oh, I gotcha.
If it's one of those, the humor's not good enough. I'll watch somebody play it on YouTube, And then we got Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon from the 16th to the 30th.
Yeah, everyone knows what that is,
fine.
right? I mean,
Yeah, I think so. I bought it for like $5 and played it for about 45 minutes and went, I get the joke. It's not fun. I'm a real fucking downer this week, you guys. I'm sorry.
So-
I really am.
So real quick, Coach Jamal in chat asks if we have a Halloween sale going on the American PSN. We do. There's a bunch of stuff, 50 to 75% off. Highlights include a couple of the Dead Rising games. I don't know. I don't care. I might care. I don't know. But let's keep moving. So I guess probably... I don't know. This is probably the biggest news. Nintendo announced their new system for next year, the Nintendo Switch. Which, honestly, after seeing, like, they've been calling it the NX for a long time, and if you'll think back to your Japanese RPGs and what they call those, X in Japan usually means cross. So the Nintendo Cross kind of makes sense to me as a code name or name for it.
Now you can have no third-party games to play on the go. Or at home.
I could have Skyrim.
You could.
It probably.
I don't know who this thing is for.
You haven't bought a Nintendo console for third-party stuff in 10 years. It's for their original.
I guess technically, the Wii U. Well, yeah, I guess Monolith is owned by
Wii
Nintendo.
Came out, 10, 11 years ago.
And I guess Tokyo Mirage. Well, okay, Tokyo Mirage Sessions, even though it's published by Nintendo, was made by Atlas. And even though Fire Emblem was a Nintendo property, I kind of bought that console for that game, so...
Well, this Switch is basically, for anyone, I'm sure everybody's seen the trailer. If you listen to us, you've seen this trailer already. But just for the sake of, I don't know if you don't have internet except for this specific 90 minutes every month.
Well, we appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for using that on us, you dumb fuck. It's wasted. So it's basically a tiny tablet that docks on a docking station and has it's got then a controller. It's a portable and it's also a console. It'll go onto a docking station, and when it's portable, you have these two controllers that are look about as big as a cigarette lighter, maybe. That you can pull off and then use with the tablet to play stuff on the go. And everybody's seen these trailers. I don't need to explain it.
They looked a little smaller than the Wii controller.
So,
maybe just a little bit.
So one, I like portable gaming systems. I'm not a huge fan of gaming on my phone. You could argue that I keep doing it, but I would argue those games I'm playing are really not games. Because I'm clicking on something and then I'm waiting on that something. And I really hate gaming with touch screens too. So for me, where my skepticism starts to hit is, one, this is a product they have to release that it has to be more powerful than the Wii U, right? Like that has to be the given. Like in a way, they're targeting at adults, and I saw some people saying online, like on Twitter, like maybe it'll replace the DS. But the DS is a really fucking cheap system. Like you can get a DS for like what, $100 now? You are
I think like 120 maybe.
Yeah, like
if you want the good one, the DSXL or whatever.
I mean,
do you think they're gonna phase out their actual portables?
Well, and that's
Just start favoring this thing.
That's where some of the speculation is. But here's the thing: I don't think they can produce a system that is more powerful than a Wii U that will not give third parties a headache whenever they try to port their PS4 and Xbox One games to it, because they can't. I mean, okay, you got the PS4 is like a 20, 30 million consoles out there now, and the Xbox is, let's say, at least 10 to 20 million. Like, they aren't gonna fucking make Nintendo's new system their lead platform and fucking gimp the other two versions of the game for that.
Well, it's because Nintendo, and I'm gonna toss this out there. I don't know who this system is for. I don't know anyone who's interested in this thing.
I mean, anybody with kids is young kids is probably gonna pick one up, right?
I am
kept the Wii U afloat.
I am interested in it, but I'm skeptical on its power, which I think is going to be very important. Because if it doesn't bring the power and it can't play third-party ports of PS4 and Xbox One games, that reduces how much I actually want it. And then the other question is battery power. Is this thing going to survive for at least 2 hours? Because I need to get at least 2 hours out of this thing on battery power, you know?
Well, it's certainly not going to be as powerful as the PS4 or the Xbone, right? I mean, they've sort of...
No, there's no way.
That's not what they're going for anymore, right? They haven't been going for that for 10 years.
And the problem is the same problem they had with the Wii and the same problem they had with the Wii U, is Nintendo keeps getting fucking cute and they want to innovate, and I get that, and that's great, but you can't innovate and then expect to be brought in with all these other sort of uniform console inputs. Like, if you want to play a game on your PC, your Xbox, or your PS4, you're basically dealing with the exact same buttons in the same places doing the same things. If they're called stupid things or just given symbols that don't make sense, whatever, they're all the same buttons. Here, you know, they were shown in the trailer, in the portable version, like, you would take off each of the controllers, you know, you just slide them up, and yeah, they had a real cool click sound. But you'd slide them off, and then, like, you could hand one to your friend, and so you're both playing Mario Kart with this thing turned sideways. And at that point, like, it's an analog stick and 2 face buttons. So, like, they have to program for that to be allowable. So, like, they have to say, yes, you can only play this game with one controller if you're doing multiplayer, and then that shuts off some features. If I'm a developer, fuck all that. I don't have time to figure out how to make my game work with your fucked up engineering. Like,
well,
I get it, you're Imagineers or whatever.
I mean, that feature has to only be for, like, Nintendo classics, right? Because a joystick and 2 buttons it's a classic Nintendo controller. I mean...
Well, isn't that what they were playing the Mario Kart with in the van?
Yeah, but I mean, that'll be...
NBA 2K with that.
I don't think any third-party developer is going to use that feature. I'm sorry, Randy, you kept trying to say something.
How much work is it going to be for them to get around trying to, like, so, okay, now you just don't have multiplayer in your Wii or in your Switch version? Like, those games are going to by necessity be so compromised by the way that thing is, like, cuz it's got to work portably too.
I don't think those controllers will be required for every game. I think that's a ridiculous. There's no way they require that. Like, it's just going to be, they're going to have a fairly standard controller layout, and then if someone wants to, for some reason, make up a game that uses those 2 side controllers as single-player controllers, then they can put in the extra work. But no one's going to do that besides Nintendo.
Yeah, I don't know. And then my other question that nobody seems to have brought up is, if you're using, like, when I'm gaming on my iPad, that fucker gets toasty. Like, this thing looks like it has vents in it. But how hot is this thing gonna get?
Well, you need special Nintendo gloves to handle it.
Yeah, the wrist straps come with full gloves now. They're fingerless, so at least you can still look cool.
Just turn on your Xbox One or PS4 for a while, and then stick your hand up its ass and see how hot that is, and that'll probably be about the same, right?
Like, would you want to play the PS4 with the PS4 in your lap? Like, how hot does this thing get? And there's the battery and.
Okay, real quick, Jake. We lost some volume from you. Something bad happened?
Oh. Yeah,
Lean
we
back.
sure did. What happened? I don't know what happened. Hold on.
I don't know. Sorry for the technical difficulties, folks.
Yeah, I don't know. And then they just... You don't buy Nintendo consoles for third-party games. You just don't. And I don't know, to kind of bring it back, like...
Oh my god. I think I just killed the recording.
Oh, damn it.
No. We're all right.
Okay.
You got everything cool?
Your audio's still kind of fucked.
Fuck. This is real bad because now it's playing back what I already played, and I don't know how to shut that off.
Oh.
This is super fucked.
This one's toast.
Oh, wow, you guys didn't lose volume over there? That's weird. I thought, like...
I heard it.
Okay.
Maybe it's in the Skype call.
Okay.
All right. It looks like I'm back to normal here.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm recording.
That sounds right. Okay. Cool.
Yeesh.
Yeah, you're gonna have a real bad mess to clean up. Sorry.
That's okay. Okay. So time in. So, yeah, like I get that the most of Nintendo's fan base is like that. Like for me, I'm not a fan of most of Nintendo's first party games. So my hope is for portable Skyrim and maybe a cool Shin Megami Tensei game.
Nintendo Switch. It will cook your balls.
So you're not into like the 8th Mario Kart or whatever they're on now?
I have actually never been into Mario Kart. Not since.
That's good. I mean, I don't. What would I play? I might play the new Zelda.
Zelda would be the one thing I'm kind of curious about, but I haven't really played a Zelda game since.
Have we discussed this? The new Zelda looks kind of survival-ish.
Yeah, and
That could be cool. That could be a fun take.
the survival aspect it kind of turns me off, but the open world kind of explore around, like maybe the first Zelda, like would be highly appealing to me.
My only takeaway that I was very happy about when this came out was that like within 2 hours somebody had drawn a picture of the Switch as a puppy, and that made me happy.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
I saw a pretty good thing on Reddit of that girl. She in the commercial she's looking across to another building and they're having a rooftop party. So she brings her thing over. Yeah, and then they're like, oh god, Carol brought her fucking tablet over again.
Yeah, like is this who you want to portray your fans as? Like, this is how you're selling this thing? This will be so fucking indispensable. You won't even know how to talk to people anymore. You won't know how to have fun with your dog.
Yeah.
You're gonna bring it in the shower because you're gonna need this so bad. Like, no.
The articles that tripped me out were the ones that were being like, "Oh, look at Nintendo giving Apple the finger by showing their headphone jack," and I'm like, are they really going out of their way to do that? I mean, you really see this as a direct okay.
Yeah. Did anyone think we were gonna be running a USB-C into that? Like, no.
People on my feeds got crazy fucking excited for this thing after that trailer hit.
Headphone jack?
For the fucking Nintendo Switch, and we're just like going on beyond. They're like, "Oh, fucking iPad competitor right here, guys." And
Please, Apple and Nintendo are so far out of competition with each other.
Yeah, pretty much.
They're not even in the same sphere.
Nintendo's not so great at OSs, so.
Are they just looking for a reason to be mad at Apple?
Probably. People are real upset about that. I mean, I don't blame them.
There are plenty of reasons to be mad at Apple.
But anyway, well, we got to keep this moving, guys.
Yep.
So the Red Dead 2 quote trailer came out.
Why do you have that in quotes?
Because,
did you watch it?
Because Jake did it.
Yeah, I watched it. It's a trailer. I don't understand why.
It's not.
It's a bunch of scenery.
It's moving concept art, is what it. Nah, that's a bit too reductive.
Yeah, that's a bit too reductive.
But it's just shots. It's shots of it, what I hope is the in-game engine, and if it is, it's real fucking pretty.
Yeah, the shit is still a year out though.
I thought I saw a feed where Sony was claiming it was on their PS4 or some shit like that, but
if that's a year out, I will eat my cowboy hat.
It is a year out.
Fall
Fall 2017.
Fall.
Yeah, we'll see.
They're gonna push it up.
They're not gonna. This is Rockstar. Are you kidding me? If anything, it's gonna push back to early 2018.
That's what I'm saying. We will have a new president. Well, there's going to be a new president in a couple of weeks. We're going to have another one by the time this thing comes out, probably.
Technically, a couple months.
Oh yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I don't. It was very pretty, and it looks like people keep saying this looks like it's in the Midwest. I don't know. I'm thinking it looks almost Wyoming or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cowboys and Indians in the Midwest.
I was thinking Wyoming too, but
Totally.
Yeah, I mean, but like way
People don't know
further
geography.
north.
honestly, like I saw the trailer and I thought, oh, these motherfuckers watched that stupid DiCaprio movie that I refused to see with the bear, where he crawls through the horse. Eats a real
I
fish.
didn't see The Revenant.
I'm a vegan, but I ate a fish for my job.
All I heard was that a bear raped him or something. So
Digitally.
It was unbearable.
wait, so
he's not that method.
digitally, like with his finger? Bears don't have fingers.
It was.
Well.
It was very difficult to watch.
Well, I didn't laugh at it the first time, John.
Like like
You know what, guys,
Persona 4 is 50% bear puns. So
we
I
need to
can
put
do this
on pause.
all motherfucking night.
I'm sure you could.
Coaster Mall is hoping it's a completely new story, not a prequel. I think you're going to be very disappointed. This is totally going to be Marston running around with his boys.
No, I don't think so.
Think of Rockstar's stuff. They like to have all their stuff in the same universe, right? I bet there will at least be some references, if nothing else.
I'm sure there will be references. They aren't going to make it star Marston. I mean, Rockstar doesn't do direct sequels. I hope it's not a direct sequel to. I know the internet is fucking shit themselves trying to theorize how it could be a sequel or prequel or whatnot, but
Well, here's the thing. Why would you? I mean, aside from name recognition, which it's valuable. Why would you market Red Dead Redemption 2 instead of calling it, Red Dead? I think they were tossing some out in Bombcast, like Red Dead Revolution, or that's been the thing for this game is the third word changes, but they made it a point to say 2 in this one. So like, I feel like it's going to be the same guys.
it's Jedi Knight 2. I mean, that's all they did with the name change. They said, hey, the Dark Forces brand isn't doing great, so Dark Forces 2 was called Jedi Knight, so let's just continue the sequel with this. Granted, it was the same guy in that case. They aren't going to, like, I will bet you $1 it's not going to star Marston.
I will accept that bet.
Okay.
You heard it here, folks.
PayPal will take 20% of that bet.
No, you need to go to the bank and pay $15 to wire him $1.
Hey, but that's on you. That's the risk you're taking. You're eating that extra $15. I'm getting my dollar either way. So.
Okay, so they also released a trailer for Logan, the new Wolverine movie that doesn't take place in the same universe or the same timeline as the Wolverine, but I think takes place in the same timeline as X-Men Days of Future Past ended in, even though that timeline doesn't exist anymore after Apocalypse.
Oh, for fuck's sake, are you kidding me?
That's a very excellent thing to do.
I couldn't fucking keep up after Days of Future Past. The last one I've seen is Days of Future Past, and if you asked me 5 minutes ago, I would have said, I have no idea what the fuck is going on with that continuity. And you're telling me they reset that shit again?
Of course. I mean, look, keep in mind, Apocalypse takes place in the 80s, which means that Quicksilver is still the same age and living in his mom's basement in the 70s and the 80s. Like, 10 years have passed. Like, they make it a point. Like, Magneto has a fucking 9 or 10-year-old daughter or some shit. Or 8 years old or... Anyway. Sorry. But, yeah, so the Logan trailer came out, and people shit themselves over that, too. It looks like another shitty X-Men movie. Like, okay, maybe not super... Like, it's... For shitty X-Men movies, it will probably be better, but... Like, they've added X-23 to the mix. They've been saying they're doing the old man Logan storyline, but they aren't.
There is no way they would ever... You could... I mean, from the... I haven't read that in years and years. But from the little bit that I remember from it, there is no way you could do that on screen. Because it's super fucked up. Like, doesn't Red Skull took over New York and, like...
Well, yeah, it's...
Hulk's inbred... son and daughter or something are running Vegas or like
but they're all Marvel characters that Marvel Studios owns that they are not allowed to use.
Oh, right, and that's why they're not doing it. But even if they could, it would be people would think it was so fucked up, like it would just not appeal to a mainstream audience that they would never do it.
So anyway, so they're gonna have X-23 in it, who's gonna be a 12-year-old girl or something like that, which is, for me, is disappointing because I like the X-23 character, and this means we're probably going to have to wait a decade if we want her to show up in a normal X-Men movie as a teenager.
Because just reset the timeline. And,
no, I was going to say that actual actress. Yeah, okay. Because I was going to say the same thing. Fuck it, we'll just make a new continuity. Because fuck it, who cares anymore?
That's probably what they'll do. I mean, I'm sure the next X-Men movie will take place in the '90s, and they'll all have aged a year.
Right.
So.
Coaster Mall is saying that Johnny Cash song though has the whole internet blew up about this thing. Has everyone forgotten that came out like 10 years ago? Or is it just that it's a really good trailer song?
Oh. Yeah, that came out before yeah.
And that's one of his last albums, isn't it? American 4 or whatever it was?
It was the very last
I mean,
one,
that
think.
cover of the Nine Inch Nails song that it was?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it always makes me happy because it sounds like instead of saying my sweetest friend, it sounds like he's saying my Swedish friend. It's always kind of like, aw.
So what drove me crazy, because for some reason I'm always reading through comment sections, is people are like, oh, it's like The Last of Us. Even the music's like The Last of Us. Listen, motherfucker. I love Johnny Cash, and I love Gustavo Santaolalla, whose name I'm sure I'm butchering. I listened to Gustavo way before Last of Us came out, so I'm hipster Gustavo fan. Gustavo sounds nothing like Johnny Cash. Like absolutely, like the only thing they have in common is their fondness for acoustic strings, and that is where it ends.
So they sing and they play the guitar.
Yeah. Well,
So they're
no,
obviously-
Gustavo doesn't sing. He doesn't sing.
Oh, there you go.
There's no. He did the soundtrack to the Motorcycle Diaries. He has a lot of really good music, but
Okay, cool.
anyway, I'm sorry.
But yeah, it's a real great
Weird
trailer
pet peeve.
song.
So here's my prediction for Logan. X-23, even if she's a clone, is going to be a splice of her and Jean Grey. So,
Yeah.
expect that.
Of her and Jean Grey or him and Jean
Oh,
Grey?
I'm sorry, him and Jean Grey.
I was gonna say, that's real meta and also gets weird and incesty and okay.
Yeah, no, that's
The kitty never.
that's totally what the fuck they're going to do. The enemies are the Reavers, who are also wasted here, in my opinion. Because they have some good storylines in modern day, because they are one of the enemies who have no issues with killing a bunch of people. But anyway, but a lot of people think it looks good, and I'm sure all those people will enjoy the movie. And I will just be the negative Nancy on the X-Men universe for now and ever.
Oh, buddy, you do not know the internet. People are gonna see it. People are gonna get super psyched, go see it, and then bitch about it on Twitter.
Well, I will say this. I like Hugh Jackman. He doesn't look like Wolverine to me. I still think he's a good actor. And I think even though he looks nothing like Wolverine, he does a good performance of him. So I wish him the best in making a good movie. So,
Yeah, here's our thing.
So the next one, which may just
He's on the live stream right now. Like, thanks, John. I tried my best.
He's got the cigar, he's the whiskey, just kind of cheers to the monitor.
You see, I picture him as he is in Chappie with his fucking with his mullet. I mean, if you're gonna see Chappie, you could see Hugh Jackman in a mullet, which is wonderful. But Bethesda did something kind of controversial. They made a post that didn't say a lot but said a lot. Where basically they were like, "Hey, guess what? We sent Doom review copies out the day before, and it did fine. And we're gonna do the same thing with Dishonored 2 and Skyrim Special Edition, and that's company policy. Peace." So
They can do what they want.
yeah, well, they absolutely can, but it's also like there's a lot of discussion right now over is this anti-consumer? Is this pro-consumer? Is it like I see a lot of angles to it. Like on the one hand, like it makes sense to me that as a game company you would want everyone to experience your game at the same time. And I'll tell you, as someone who's kickstarted games, it really irritates me that a reviewer gets to play a game I fucking kickstarted before I do. Like that pisses me off.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, I guess I could play the alpha or beta in some cases, but that's not the same, guys.
I'll do you one further, and feed into why this is total bullshit. Because if it was just a blanket, we are only releasing games to reviewers the day before it comes out. That's still not really a pro-consumer policy, but at that point, it's on the consumer to not pre-order the game and fucking wait to see if it's good. That's on you. And in theory, it should hurt their day one sales. I'm fine with that if that's what they want to do. The bullshit is, then they're leaking codes out to YouTubers and streamers, and letting them play it early. So basically, they're taking anyone who's objective, taking them out of the mix, and only giving this to their enthusiast press prior to it coming out. And that is some bullshit.
It's pretty fucking douchey.
I also think they might be not thinking this through clearly because Doom, you could probably get a day's worth of playing in and give it a nice, fair review. You know what I'm saying? But a longer game, like a Skyrim or a Fallout or something, you can't play that game for a day and give it a fair review.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, in all fairness, Skyrim Special Edition probably doesn't need a review.
right.
That's true.
Dishonored 2 probably does. Like, I think it's also a question of how reviews function. But I think the more important thing is do you have someone who is... I think I get more out of Let's Plays from critical professionals than I do anything else.
Well, God knows, you don't know what streamers you can actually trust because of the shenanigans that go on there that have, largely I think the FCC got involved at some point. So like,
Really?
somebody was not happy about it. I forget who. This was like a year ago. But you still don't know if you can trust that there's not some back-end shit. Yeah, well, I guess all shit's back-end shit, but you can't trust that there's some agreement on the back end that you can't say bad stuff about this or whatever. And regardless, you're dealing with indie, by and large, individuals who, need viewership and need channels to these companies in order to be successful. This is not Giant Bomb. This is not IGN where... Bethesda has Kotaku blacklisted. Kotaku has to go out and buy all their copies of the games. And yes, so their reviews take a while to come out.
Oh, I didn't know that. That is fucking nuts.
Oh yeah, when they leaked the Fallout 4 details like 4 years ago, Bethesda was like, fuck y'all, see ya.
Damn.
Which is fine. But these people are objective and don't need those connections in order to still have traffic and still have, acclaim and weight to their opinions because they're institutions, But some individual, they're gonna have to play. Like if Bethesda says, "Look, you can't say nothing bad about our game," or show any footage with any bugs in it, it's all going to be pre-recorded, something like that. And I'm not saying they are, but they have the weight in the negotiations. Because they're the ones who are bringing all the benefit to the table. Because they're getting free advertising. But who's getting what on each end of this? Well, the streamer's obviously getting most of the benefit because they have this unreleased game that fucking IGN doesn't even have a copy of. So of course they're going to get an assload of views on it. I don't like any of it. I think that was a bad choice, and I will not be buying their games day one anymore.
Bethesda's. That's probably not a bad idea to not buy games on day one anyway.
It's absolutely a good idea, but I saw the footage from Doom, and it took me, 20 minutes of watching that, and I went, they got it right, I'm sold, I'm going to buy it. And now I'm not, not even if it looks awesome on stream, I'm not doing it because that's a shitty policy.
I think it is a shitty policy, but I'm in love with the Elder Scrolls games, so... Elder Scrolls 6, I will still probably pre-order and buy day one, but let's be honest, like, outside of Elder Scrolls and Fallout, like, Bethesda does not have a stellar track record. Like, if you look, just in the past couple of years, okay, maybe. If you look in the past, like, 10 years, they do not have a good track record out of their main franchises. And you also got to keep in mind that you have Bethesda the developer, and then you have, Bethesda the publisher.
Right.
And the publisher has a lot worse luck in actually releasing something good. So I mean, Doom, there's no way I was going to buy that. It's just like people said the right things about it on podcasts and in reviews and such that I was like, well, fuck, I have to check this out. And then I guess someone bought it for me, so.
It kicked ass.
It was real good, and it's real big. Like if you're paying, if you think of video games as like a buffet, and you want to get the most data for the amount you paid.
That's what I'm saying. Like, your
Doom is
gig
the way
per
to go.
dollars per gig is very low on that game.
It's all you can gig. It's
all you care to gig, right?
Yeah, you don't need to get all the gigs. Well, you totally do need to get all the gigs. I was gonna say. You can
what is
choose,
it?
no.
Gig all you want, but please gig all you take.
take all the gigs, but gig all you take.
Right. Yeah.
And gig safely. Don't gig and drive, because that shit. Like if you're watching that feed and the data stream, like you're not watching the road. That's not safe.
No.
So.
Right.
Have we beaten that into the ground?
I think so.
Okay.
So,
What's
quick bit of news. Borderland Handsome Jack Collection is free, we think, on Xbox Live if you go to a very specific link. That is not the Microsoft Store.
There's a link on Kotaku's story. I guess you guys can tell where I get most of my news. There's a link on the Kotaku story that takes you right to it. Maybe if you search the bundle on the store instead of
You see, that's what I did before. Like, before he told me that, and I'm like, no, it's not. It's only free for the weekend or some shit. So then I went to xboxlive.com and did a search for it and went to the bundle, and it's like, no, you got to pay $24 for this. I'm like, I don't want to pay $24 for this. And then I went to his link, and then it was free, so I don't fucking know.
So I'm looking at my apps here in my computer. I forget if this is the patched version, if Doom did go ahead and patch. If this is the patched version, it is less than World of Warcraft. It is 70.1 gigs, and World of Warcraft is 79.7. But if you add 11 or 13 gigs onto that, yeah, God, that's fucking ridiculous.
Well, I got no pun. I mean,
Well, there will be no room left in my computer for awesome games like Thumper. Thumper came out.
see, I was going to go for Bambi.
Thumper is a weird game to describe, and I'm not going to do a very good job of it. So I will recommend that everyone who even has a mild interest in rhythm games, and something like what was the old game that came on PS2? Amplitude and Frequency, I want to say. Those are the ones where you're going down the music tracks, right?
I think so.
Okay. If you have an interest in those, or kind of any rhythm game at all, go check this out. I'm going to have John insert a clip of the music from the game, because that's really what this game is focused on. You're basically going down a track and doing button combinations in time with beats to the soundtrack that's playing. And there's this weird syncopation because, like, it'll play... It's all very sort of kind of metallic. Like, it reminds me a lot of the percussion in the most recent Mad Max movie. It's all, like, real heavy drums and clanging and, like, just, banging pots and pans almost. And so that's why I want John to throw the piece in here where you'll kind of hear what I'm talking about. But it's really cool beats. John, it's something I think you would like very much, just because of all the weird time signatures and shit. Like, I think the time signature changes from level to level. Like on level 1, you're on level 3 you're 3/4 time, and then you go to 4/4 time, and then 5/4, and then maybe like 4/6 or something. Like, it keeps getting weirder. It's very cool. So check that out if that's your thing.
That sounds neat.
I want to say $20.
I honestly thought it was VR only, so I was surprised to hear when you started playing it that it wasn't.
No, it's PS4 and PC, I believe. I'm playing it on PC, and it's definitely one where, if you have a good audio setup, you want to crank that shit. You want to make sure the subwoofer's on, and if not, it's worth plugging in some headphones. Because the sound is what that game is about. It's kind of funny. One of the patch notes last week before, I want to say, the patch notes came out and said, all right, look, guys, you need to be careful with this, but I've unlocked, like, I forget what it went up to, but you can turn the sound up to, I want to say, like 500% or 1500% or something like that now. And, like, that's the thing about this game. You need to, don't blow your ears out, but crank it so it's loud, because it's a really good feeling when you get in sync with this game, and it's just filling your head at the same time. It's very cool. Check it out.
Cool.
You need to make sure you have the money to put away for it, so make sure that you balance your budget before you go out and buy something you can't afford. But if you got to go hit up your CPA or whatever.
I mean, there's a lot of counting to do. A lot of things to figure out.
Yeah.
But so I watched The Accountant, starring Batman. Um, so the accountant is about a guy who is an accountant, believe it or not, and also
You're such a good storyteller, John.
I know.
And that's it.
That's why I like
That was the movie, and it was all right, and
It was a great 90 minutes.
honestly, I feel like this was like Ben Affleck was like, I want to make John Wick, except I want my character to have how did I just go blank? What's the
a fake mustache.
No, the fucking autism. Yeah,
Asperger's?
Asperger's and autism. Like they really kind of more point to him having autism than Asperger's. But although I don't know, I don't know much about those conditions, so I don't know if they are actually just versions of each other or something. So I apologize if I got that completely wrong.
I believe Asperger's is a minor, sort of, it's just a minor case of the autism. No,
Okay.
I think it's either a variant or a very mild version of it. But don't quote
So
me
if you
on
only
that.
get a little bit of vaccines, you get no.
A touch of it, yeah.
Right, just like a dusting of mercury.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah.
That's actually probably really unfair. So if I didn't mean to offend anyone there.
Those were complete. I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I'm a crazy person, but not in that
fuck
aspect.
The anti-vaxxers. I was talking about autistic people.
Oh, okay. Well, considering this whole movie is about an autistic person who is smarter and more badass than any of us will ever be, like I don't know. That's kind of the whole story. Like, there's a lot of surprising actors in it. Like John Bernthal's in it. Jonathan Lithgow's in it.
Those guys in UHF who all pop out of the supplies closet, like that kind of surprising actors.
No.
Okay.
No. But
They're not all gems. Fuck you.
not all gems. That's it. Okay.
It's free, you jackals.
Okay. Anyway, it's not bad. I don't know that it's worth seeing in the theater necessarily, but it's got some good action. It's mostly a bunch of shooting in it. I think Ben Affleck does mostly a good job at portraying someone with autism, but I am no expert. I think whoever they had play him as a child did an extremely good job, but again, I am no expert, and I have a friend with an autistic son who I have met exactly one time. So I think that means I exactly know what autistic people act like.
You're an authority now, I guess. Yeah.
So I have no idea. Honestly, if I would really like someone, like I was trying to get that friend specifically to go see the movie and give me an opinion on it, but he has an
That feels like a
autistic
weird
kid, so we
conversation.
can't really go see it. So
Oh, yeah.
someone should see that and tell me how good or shitty they did at portraying that. But it's kind of a like the movie really kind of plays off as someone as a movie championing people who have these mental disorders or conditions or whatever it's classified as. I have no idea. Can't we just talk civilized? Why is everything got to be so,
I feel like you've hexed us with this talk. I bought Civ 6, which I'm going to, from here on out, be calling Civvy, because I think that's fun. So I bought Civvy, and I kind of don't have a ton to say about it yet, because I've only played like 14 hours, which is a ridiculous thing to say.
Have you finished? Have you finished one campaign, I guess, for lack of a better term?
No.
No.
And that's why I sort of want to hold back some of my opinions about it, because I feel like the game's been over for about 100 turns now, and I'm waiting for it to just finally be actually over.
Yeah.
I don't know if part of that is because I'm doing a science victory, because that was always a little bit of a problem in Civ 5 as well. Where you beat the hell out of everybody until they have no chance of catching you, and then just stall until you build all the space stuff. I don't know if that's a problem here, or if I'm just not playing right. You have these districts now instead of just putting every building in your town. And so, there are certain upgrades that will only fit into your commercial district. So, you have to pick a hex to put the commercial district in, and it'll get bonuses in some circumstances, and then the upgraded buildings go into that spot. each town has to have their own one, and that's kind of how you specialize them. So, like, I tried specializing in science, but A, I did a terrible job at upgrading this stuff. B, I was not keeping up with giving people housing, and I'm not really sure I understand the mechanics yet. It seems like now, not only do you need food, you need, for like to keep growth going and get more people. Not only do you need food, you need available housing, which you get from building certain buildings. And I was not keeping on top of that. It was yelling at me every turn about like, hey, y'all, you got like 4 cities that don't have enough housing or food or whatever. That's because I never turn off growth. Happiness is gone. Each city now has amenities, which are basically happiness. So it kind of works out that each city has their own happiness meter, which I didn't like at first, but has really grown on me now that I understand it.
It would be easier to manage, I think.
Right, you don't have that global cap that's just like every single turn. It's like, all right, well, I guess I'm just going to be building arenas for the next 70 turns because I'm negative 18.
Yep, and it's going to take forever.
Right. And of course nothing, because everyone's unhappy, all the production goes to hell, so it takes even longer. And so that's less of a problem now. What is more of a problem is that cities cannot bombard barbarians, enemies, anything until you get walls. So your cities cannot protect themselves against barbarians until maybe in my next game.
You'd have to keep units around, right?
You'd have to build a lot more units, and in my next game, I thought cities just didn't get to do that anymore. So I wasn't really going down that tech tree. I think in my next game I would probably prioritize that a little better. So I don't know that it's a huge of a problem that it feels like right now.
That's pretty early on.
Yeah, I don't love the culture stuff, like the way you have your monarchy or your government systems set up. Basically, they kind of function like like almost like this is going to be a weird analogy, but almost like a weapon in Final Fantasy VII. You know how they all had materia slots, and they were different. Do you remember what I'm talking about here?
Never played it.
I do.
Okay, so like you'll get monarchy. Okay, that's you unlock monarchy through culture. You build up culture and you can purchase it, just kind of like you'd get social policies in the old games. So you get monarchy. Okay, that is a card that you can then slot into your government slot. Like, this is my government now, and it'll have like color-coded perk slots for it that you will take perks from other policies that you've unlocked and slot them into your government. So, like, you might have a green one, which was interacting with city-states, 2 red ones, which are mostly warfare, and, like, a yellow one, which is economy. And you can pick from your 6 or 7, however many you have unlocked at the time, and there's a good chunk of them. You can take 1 of your economy slots and throw it in there, 2 of your warfare ones, and then maybe you get wild cards or something like that. So you can kind of change it on the fly, which is cool. I think I just need to get used to it because it's a little unwieldy. But I'm liking it. The diplomacy's not... I'm not using it a lot because I don't want to trade with anybody because they're all dickheads to me. The AI's pretty dumb, but I don't know. If you how many hours did you say you dropped in Civ?
Civ 5 sits at 420 hours.
Right, spend the money, for real.
Yeah, I probably will. The AI was always dumb as shit, though.
I wouldn't tell John to drop $60 on it because it's not going to be a $60 game for him. For you, having played that much, even if some of that's leaving the computer on overnight, yeah, pick it up.
Yeah. But I'm sure I will.
It's real dark over there. It looks like you're sitting in you got a black mirror behind you.
It's like I'm looking into my phone, and my phone's a mirror, but my TV's also a mirror, and it's like I'm being recorded through this, and the government or whoever's on the other end is going to do the worst possible thing they can to me, but then you're going to find out I may or may not deserve it by the end.
You probably do.
Something very shitty will happen to someone.
Yeah. So Black Mirror season 3 hit Netflix. So
It's real good.
I've watched the 5 out of the 6 episodes. I really like it still. It doesn't. I don't feel as drained as I did after the first season, but I really haven't felt that way since. Like the first 3 episodes are just like knock you out, you know, just with how.
Just gut punches.
Yeah.
And they're so dark.
Yeah, but like after
Like,
that, I don't know. Like
Not grim and not gory, but just like, oh, fuck, man.
But like now the new season, like I don't. It's not really like I really like it, but I don't feel that way. Like I can watch an episode or 2 in a row and not feel horrible, and it helps that 1 or 2 of them have what I consider a happy ending.
Yeah, I'd say the first episode with what's her balls, the redhead.
Yeah. I have no idea who that is.
She was in Jurassic World.
I never
She's
saw
got 3 names. Something Howard. Bryce Dallas Howard.
That's it.
She was the redhead. I feel like that one had that was real shitty what happened in that episode. But I feel like that had a quasi happy ending.
I feel like that was a happy ending too. Like it's debatable. Like so, minor spoiler. You may or may not consider that ending happy.
Yeah, it probably is a very much not happy ending. Like the next morning is not going to. Nobody's going to have fun the next morning. They're all going to be very unhappy. But in that moment, that's a happy ending.
Yeah.
You know the show about the road trip.
The show about the what?
The show about the road trip, where the kid and the guy are bombing around in the car.
That is not a happy. That is not a happy.
Not a happy ending.
That is a fucked up like on every level. Like I actually want to compare that to an earlier episode of Black Mirror, but I don't want to spoil it for people.
Yeah, not yet. It's real fucked
It
up.
does a good job of curbing expectations. You know, I mean, that's really to me the exciting part of about Black Mirror is how is this show going to subvert what I think is going to happen? And sometimes I get it right, and sometimes I don't. And
that's what's fun is after that episode, the road trip one. You always you get to that 15, 20 minutes to the end spot, and I found myself going, I know what this whole thing is really about, and then changing my mind 4 more times before I actually got to the end.
Yeah.
That was really fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't.
It's great.
The road trip one, I had no idea what was going to happen there. That was, and like when they even told me what the deal was, I'm like. No, that kid just said that to get that guy to shut up. What are you talking about? But
I would stop right there.
Yeah. Anyway,
Let's not get too much into that. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's totally good. Dude, it's not popcorn TV.
so interesting tidbit is one of my favorite soundtrack writers, Clint Mansell, did the soundtrack for Rec Room for Dream, The Fountain, Black Swan. He did the theme from Mass Effect 3. I know there's some mixed feelings about the soundtrack for that, but it was a good theme. He did the soundtrack to the episode titled San Junipero, which
that was the other one. I felt like was kind of okay, except not like that's a real fucked up series.
I felt pretty good about that one actually. But I really like that episode a lot, oddly enough. But
it was an awesome episode, but as far as
yeah,
that's just shit starts out like you kind of have an idea something weird's going on.
Yeah,
but it's way darker than I was expecting it to be.
That one they really don't. They don't even give you a because every episode's partly sci-fi, so you're always like, how is this sci-fi? And that one,
I think you pick up on it pretty quick.
I don't. That one, it takes about 20 or 30 minutes, before they even give their hand, But,
what I thought was cool is that they didn't take out their dick and slap you in the face with it when it comes to this is a sci-fi show. I mean, there was a couple things with that, like the episode that apparently stars Drew Scanlon, with the one with the dude in the video in the VR in the haunted house.
Oh yeah,
like that. that one dick slaps you a little bit with it, sci-fi. But
Well-
I liked how they kind of just introduced like the technology and the fact that it was in the future. Aside from the fact that they're plot devices, they didn't pin a tail on it. Like in the episode that you haven't seen yet, they have these laptops that they're working on that look like they're maybe holograms or totally translucent, but they're just there. They're just in the world. Like the first episode with the cars. The cars are all uniform, electric cars. They're basically the iPhones of cars.
Yeah.
And they, part of it's a plot device, but again, they don't pin a tail on it. It's just this is the car people get into. It's not like you remember the movie I, Robot, where they there was big fuck me shots for how cool our sliding sideways flying cars are, and we got these shoes that do whatever. Like they don't do that. And I thought it was very cool how organic it felt like the technology was to the world. Real quick, Coaster Mall in chat's asking if it's a slow burn before the hook comes. Black Mirror is an anthology series, so each episode is its own story unto itself. So, I mean, yes, a lot of them are slow burns, but they're slow burns over the course of an hour, not over the course of a season.
Yeah. And it's probably good to compare it to something like The Twilight Zone or Outer Limits.
Yep.
I mean, that's really the style of show.
Each episode
it
is its own contained thing.
Exactly. None of them have anything to do with each other. But like each one is kind of harrowing and good. I still like to I'm not the only person who had a really negative reaction to the very first episode of Black Mirror. Like the first episode's disgusting. And I don't feel it was necessary. So you may want to actually skip the first episode and come back to it, is my opinion. But
again, even that ending for the first episode of the first series, it's like, oh, fuck.
Really, that was the part that made you say, "Oh fuck," not the fucking pig.
I thought that was all kind of funny, like in a gross, morbid, fucked up, harrowing, as you said, way, like. Yeah, it's fucked up because
This is my disappointed face.
But the ending, like when you find out why they went through all that, and then the ending happens, and you're like, "Oh shit!" Well, I guess that was a thing that happened to you guys that really sucks. But yeah, it's good. It's good. Watch it.
Yeah, I don't. I still think the first episode's skippable.
I don't think
it's all that great.
If you want to skip it, I was saying watch the series altogether. If you want to skip it and come back later once you kind of get an idea if the series is for you, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go hide and seek. Get back to
I guess that's the other part to it. Is the first episode is really not very representative of the entire series. I actually don't even think the first episode has any sci-fi in it. So.
Well, it's all about. I mean, it's kind of about YouTube, right? And sort of how people morbidly watch. Like, how many times is that video of the lady who's mashing the grapes, and then falls off the stand and goes,
yeah.
How many times has that been viewed? Like, I think that's what that was riffing on.
I've never even seen. I don't even know what video you guys are talking about.
Oh, it's old school.
It's for me to enjoy one of these episodes of Black Mirror, I need to I need one of two things basically. Either A, I need to find the world or the plot or something like that very interesting, or B, I need a relatable character in it. In that first episode, I had neither. I didn't think the plot was interesting from the moment it went go. I'm like, fuck, they're gonna do that. And without having seen the show, I'm like, they're really gonna fucking do that. And on top of that, they had no character in the show that I found relatable. I didn't find the audience relatable. I wouldn't have been one of them, and I didn't find any of the politicians relatable. Certainly didn't find the main fucking character relatable. Feel super bad for his wife.
What about the pig? Did you relate to the pig?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
He never got reamed by a mayor.
I think it was the PM, wasn't it?
Oh, I think you're right.
Anyway, so
Yeah, the
Regardless.
Pig Manipulator.
real quick, this won't take very long. I just want to talk about a game that I picked up on recommendation from Boston at TVGP. My wife and I played through it. It is a single-player game called Oxenfree. I think it's actually on sale right now, but it is it's not quite pixel art, but it very much has that. You're seeing your kind of 2D guy on the screen, kind of point-and-click adventure style. But what it does is it has a lot of voice acting, which is for the most part pretty good. And it is constantly talking at you and giving you options to respond to people with. And how you respond to them kind of shapes how things wind up. And it goes to a lot of... I want to say it goes to a really lot of fucked up places, but we just talked about Black Mirror, and it's not the same kind of fucked up as Black Mirror. It's just some interesting kind of sci-fi type stuff that happens in weird kind of I don't know. I want to compare it to Silent Hill, but I don't, because it really doesn't have any of the horror aspects. It just has the creepy ass radio shit in it. And that's really kind of the only mechanics in it, is you get 3 responses to a conversation. You can interrupt people as they're talking, and it will usually pick up the conversation so long as you're on the same screen. Because you just interrupted me.
Yep, there you go. I mean, it was obvious. I had to do.
Yeah. It only takes about 3 or 4 hours to play through. But again, it has a bunch of different endings depending on how you influence your friends. The story will kind of make you go cross-eyed at times, I think. And the soundtrack is really freaking cool. So if you're into kind of the... I wouldn't necessarily... I hate the term walking simulator because I love a lot of those games. But
it's funny because I was going to make the joke that this sounds like a talking simulator.
Yeah. So it is kind of in the lines of a walking simulator, in that you are exploring an island, and occasionally, I don't know that they actually have puzzles necessarily. They just have shit you can notice in the environment and investigate that you may not notice. But anyway, it's a game I really like a lot. I highly recommend.
And I'm sorry, I think I missed it. If you said, where did you pick that up? What system is it on?
I picked it up on PS4.
Okay.
It was one of those games like my. No way I'm not going to get made fun of this. So my Xbox is downstairs, PS4's in the bedroom. So this was very much we play it before bed kind of thing. So, but it's out. It's out for all the platforms. You know, I mean sometimes sometimes Susie wants to be the glowing triangle in the sky, and sometimes I do. So I mean we role play some Oxenfree.
Yeah, it's important. It's important to have role playing in the bedroom. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. There. Again.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah. So I forgot to check emails and tweets. So if you did, we'll get back to it next week. But thank you, everyone, for joining us live. If you want to join us live,
chat was blowing up tonight. This is awesome.
It was.
Yeah, I liked it. It was good.
If you want to join us for the live show and interact with us, which we would enjoy, touch us digitally, just find us on Twitch at Carousel Podcast. I keep forgetting to, I will eventually sign up for the thing that lets us stream everywhere, but I just haven't done it yet. You can also email us at carouselpodcast@gmail.com. Find us on Twitter, Carousel Podcast. Join the Facebook group. You can buy my music at MusiM.bandcamp.com. You can listen to my other podcast, Picking Up the Pixels with Boston from TVGP. Jake, where can we find you?
Twitter, TheOtherJZee. It's JZEE. I will probably be tweeting lots of shit about the Cubs for the next week or so. So if that becomes intolerable, just mute me, and then I'll see you, a couple weeks from now.
Randy, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at DLCobra. No, wait, OSU Cobra. I always do that. It's OSU Cobra. And then I am Gifts of Men on PSN. So.
Cool. Well, thank you, gentlemen, for joining me, and we will see you guys in 2 weeks.
Hey, Mr. Joey.
Okay. Titles.
Let me load these up.
I kept forgetting to write shit.
Unless you want to read them.
I can read them real quick.
And then I didn't write a damn one.
Yeah, we really got to talking. I was like, oh shit, we've been talking for like an hour.
Yeah.
And I haven't been paying attention to titles at all.
I think it was a good cast. I just wasn't writing any titles.
Yeah. Okay, so 78 gigs of doom.
It's actually like 71, but okay, that's a good title.
I don't.
Gigs per dollar.
Asperger's and autism. I don't love the culture stuff.
Okay.
I just liked it because it sounded strangely racist, but it was just a casual sentence while you're talking about Civ.
That's something that if you said it at your to your racist uncle, he'd know what you were talking about,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, wink, wink.
And then
The culture stuff.
yeah, and
There's a
then
racist uncle in Oklahoma.
the Pig Manipulator.
Yeah, that's it.
Is that the one?
That's it. Pig Manipulator.
I don't have strong feelings about any of these, so if you guys
Like-
feel good about them, then I'm good with whatever.
I think our conversation about I don't love the culture stuff is funnier than it would be in the title. So Randy's super stoked for Pig Manipulator, so I guess that's what it is.
Okay. Pig Manipulator. No pig fucking in the picture, please.
No, it's going to be the pig flying through the air from that episode of The Simpsons.
I was hoping to find a drawing of a pig solving a Rubik's Cube. I think that would have been really funny. But
Gotcha.
What? Okay. If you find one, go ahead and send it to me. But I'm
I
not
don't
going
see
to hold
one,
my
yeah.
breath waiting for it.
So, Coast Jamal asks, anybody gaming after this on PS4? I am probably watching something and going to bed.
yeah, it's getting a little late here.
I am an old person and
I'm going to put the post together, try and salvage whatever I can out of this fucked up audio to try and make John's life a little easier, and then I will probably be turning on Netflix and trying to finish this damn Civ game. So, unfortunately, not tonight, sir. But it's like 5 in the morning, dude. Go to bed.
oh yeah, I forgot he's in
It is super early in Belgium.
England or something. What did he say? Belgium?
He said Belgium.
Nice.
Not sure if they're the same time zone or not.
Home of Front 242.
They're absolutely not the same time zone.
English plus 6. Yeah.
Anyway.
It's like Belgium's
Go
plus 7.
to bed. We'll see you tomorrow, Coast.
Well, it was awesome hanging out with you guys live. So we'll catch you later.
Thanks
Yep.
again.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Stopping my